This is the singing practice part of lesson 2, and as usual I want to relate it to the lesson material. The lesson material, we're still working with our major scale, that series of notes we call the major scale. And in the last singing practice I invented a little song based on the first 5 notes of the scale. So we were singing in the first lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 1, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Okay, well in this one we're going to be using the 7 notes. Before we do anything else, remember, make sure you have plenty of water handy. Remember in lesson 1 we talked about coming to tone from the right direction, from air to tone, ha, and then to ah. So we could try just warming the voice up. Let me give you a reference note from C, middle C, for girls, and for guys C3, the one below middle C. Ah. So just go low to high and remember to keep that larynx neutral. Okay, if necessary put your finger on it. Don't try and manipulate it, just feel what it's up to, feel what it's doing. So girls, ah, and guys, ah, ah. So now the word song. Song. The same thing is happening below. The vocal cords are closing. Ha. Song. What's happening is the ng closes off the throat and you're getting a nasal sound. Song. It's coming through the nose. Watch, if I put the nose near the microphone. Song. You can hear the sound coming through quite heavily. It's not coming out of the mouth until you do song. The exercise we're going to be doing on the sound song is on the 7 notes of the major scale. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 1. This is called an arpeggio. It may seem a bit odd at first if you're used to singing on the major scale, what's called the perfect arpeggio. So you get doing the octave 1, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, 1. Don't worry, this scale is going to be doing you a lot of good from a musical point of view, because these notes are the notes of a chord called a 7th chord, a major 7th chord, and we'll be talking more about that as we go along. I'll be introducing you to the harmony of the major scale. So just for the moment, get the feel for this colour of this arpeggio. There's the chord. Okay? So, girls from here. Okay. Okay, how are you getting on? don't force when you're up top. Now the beauty of this is that eventually after this we're going to be opening from song to ah, to a nice back open vowel. Song. Now you notice the power of that sound when it came out, and I'm not putting any force behind it. Suddenly it's being liberated, and when we do liberate it, we need to liberate it in a controlled way. We're holding the diaphragm down, we've got pressure inside under the vocal cords. You can see when we do open up, we're getting quite a powerful sound. But as I say, we're deliberately holding ourselves back, because when you are singing, you need to be in control. You need to have your tank of air there, and you need to be using it in a controlled way. It's a good discipline to be working at these kind of low dynamic levels to start. That was wrong, I did a major. For guys now we're on F4, just above middle C. That is a bridge area, transition point. So again, don't push it. Remember we talked in lesson 1 about going from the heavy mechanism to the light mechanism. So we're definitely getting light up top. Okay, so you can feel the power there. But again, remember the larynx. Larynx must stay in a neutral position. Let's keep going. Song. Now guys, we're over the bridge, so that will be a lovely, nice, easy mixed sound. Okay? When you're going to open to that R sound, you don't want it to suddenly explode. So you have you're holding your diaphragm down, you're holding that, using those muscles to support, and you need to be ready when you're going to go to the big sound that you don't explode. So now we're going to go up, song, and use R coming down, okay? Song, 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 song. Song, 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 song. Song, 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 song. Okay, didn't sound so beautiful, But that was male high C for the men, and you girls would be up to female high C. And the idea was, okay, remember, was to try and keep it light when you open to the R. And the important thing here is that you're starting with a nasal sound, and then opening, na. The idea is that when that R should not retain the nasal sound. You shouldn't have air coming through your nose on the R. So, ah, should be a nice open sound. Ah, and if you pinch your nose, you should hear the same quality of sound. You shouldn't suddenly hear an unnecessary nasalness suddenly disappear. Now, it's important, you've taken your breath in, you feel down here, you'll feel this little balloon pumped up, right, where your tummy is pushing out to your ribs, you can feel it. Try and keep that feeling going as you're singing, as though you're sitting on one of those bouncy balloons. Right, coming down again. Song, ah, song, ah, song, song, ah, 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 song, ah. Okay, so just to summarize, let's remember the main points. Take a nice comfortable breath. Feel that breath there all the time. Remember, feel as though you're on a little bouncy ball. Okay, nice and light. Be very light, remember. Ha. And as we opened, song, song, when we opened up in a controlled way and felt that we still had that breath support underneath, still had that pressure. And let's not forget, another idea in the lesson was to remember that the numbers on the scale, 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 1. So there we were singing over a major 7th chord. We'll come back to that in the future lesson where I start introducing harmony. Okay, so I'll see you in lesson 3.